Hey, Brendan here. Welcome to the channel and thanks for tuning in. Welcome to Week 7 edition of the 2025 NFL Stock Report. I'm going to be going solo again today. Jason DiRienzo, who usually joins me on these, will be missing his second week as he continues to deal with Hurricane Milton. He's back home. Things are okay. His house is good. So thankful for all of that. So I'm going to go solo, man. And I'm going to do something a little different this week. I decided that I'm going to give you only 4 stock up players. Typically, Jason and I give you some stock up and stock down players. And I decided I'm going to stay positive this week. And I'm going to give you 4 stock up players. So you play Dynasty, Devy, any kind of C2C fantasy football format, hit that subscribe button. This channel is dedicated in getting you ready for your 2025 rookie drafts and beyond. All right. So let's get to the show. All right, so as you can see, I'm going to keep a still image over here of Jason. All right, he's keeping an eye on us while we do the show. He'll be back next week, I'm sure, but I'm not going to change all my imagery on these videos. I'm just going to put a still image over there. So let's get to it, man. So the first guy I want to talk about had a great game this weekend. All right, Oregon running back Jordan James, 5'10", 210 pounds from Oregon, had a great game. If you didn't get to see the Ohio State-Oregon matchup this past weekend, do yourself a favor and go check out that game. What a fun game. And I think Jordan James was a big part of the reason his success with his great game with 23 carries, 115 yards, and one touchdown versus Ohio State really helped Oregon control the line of scrimmage, control the clock, and keep the ball in their hands for the majority of the game. Really good, game for him. But overall, man, he's had 111 carries, 668 yards on the season with 6 touchdowns. Now, he is a true junior, so he has the ability to come back for his senior year next year. But right now, he's starting to get a little bit of draft buzz out there. This is a deep running back class. On this channel, man, I put out my top 25 running back show. So go find that on the YouTube channel and check it out. Jordan James was in that show. I put him in there because I think he has the ability, but whether he declares or not, there's actually a chance in this draft. And the next guy I'm going to talk about also is a true junior that might go back as well. So we got a lot of juniors here, but it seems like these players are going back to college, which might not be the worst thing to have them to continue to develop. All right. But, Jordan James is having a really good season. I like his low center of gravity. He's really got some good footwork. He's got underrated power for a 5'10", 210 pound frame. Doesn't catch a ton of balls out of the backfield. On the season, he's only caught 10 balls for 65 yards. Wish we could see a little bit more of him involved in the passing game. But as we know, when these guys go to NFL, they may use him in the passing game. So that is not a knock. Jordan James is my first stock up player for the week, continuing, has 400-yard games this season, averaging 6 yards a carry on the season. So he's just an overall good, solid running back. So I wanted to get him out there for you to at least start keeping an eye on him. All right, second guy I want to talk about is a player who I was critical of this offseason watching the All-22 film, and that is DJ Giddens from Kansas State, 6'1", 212 pounds. Now, he's a true junior as well, as I had mentioned previously, so there's a chance that he comes back for his senior year. But man, versus Colorado, 25 carries, 182 yards, did not reach the end zone, but he's had 400-yard games on the season. He's averaging 6 yards or 7.2 yards a carry this season. He only has 2 touchdowns, but last year he ran over 1,000 yards, 9 touchdowns. But what do I see differently from him, and why is he a stock up for me this week? Well, the knock I had on him was his physicality and his yards after contact that I watched from his 2023 film. He had a lot of wide gaping holes, but he never seemed to move the piles, right? He never seemed to have that physicality. And this year he looks a little tougher, a little different, better pad level, and I'm liking what I'm seeing. So, it's important when we scout these players that we keep an open mind. These players can get better year over year. So DJ Giddens is a guy who I project to be an early day 3 guy. Going back to Jordan James, if he does declare, I would project him as well as an early day 3 projection right now. At least that is what I have on my big boards. All right. So next player I want to talk about is a Ricky White, wide receiver, one of my favorite receivers coming in this draft. I think he's going to be a day 3 selection, 6'1", 190 pounds. I like these receivers that are coming in. It was 6'1", 190. I hope that doesn't mean at the combine he's 5'11", 175, which seems to happen sometimes when, we get the true measurements of these players. I don't know why colleges continue to fluff up these numbers, but that's what they do. But man, versus Utah State, 7 receptions, 138 yards, and 2 TDs. He was battling Jalen Royals, who was a stock up player last week on my show. That was a stock up player. These two were dueling it out. But man, on the season, 517 yards, 8 touchdowns. Last year was his breakout year, 1,300 yards, 7 TDs. He plays for UNLV. Some might question the competition. I love this guy. Plays 75% of his game out on the boundary, but he also has the versatility in the slot as well. He can win all over the field. Love his competitive toughness. He's got the contested catch ability, strong hands. And just love his ability to win all over the field. And he is a vertical boundary threat as well. I think he's going to be a very intriguing. He is a senior. I think he could be a Senior Bowl standout and somebody that we're talking about next spring before we're late winter as the combine happens as we get closer to the draft. But Ricky White is a receiver who I think is going to rise as we go through the 2025 NFL draft process. All right, last guy I want to talk about, Clemson tight end Jake Briningstool, 6'6", 240 pounds, had a really nice game this week against Wake Forest. 7 receptions for 104 yards and a touchdown. And dare I say it, Cade Klubnik is actually playing really well. Guys, it's great to see because, man, the first couple weeks of the season, he was looking rough, and we were all worried about our pass catchers at Clemson if they were going to be able to showcase their skill sets. But I got to tell you, man, Klubnik right now is playing well. He's not turning the ball over, and he's distributing the ball throughout the wide receiver room and the tight end. Jake Briningstool on the season only has just under 300 yards, but he has 4 TDs. Last year, now he's a true senior. Last year, 2023, he had 407 yards and 5 touchdowns. So we're halfway through the college football season, and he's going to eclipse those numbers. And every year, he's gotten more production. Sometimes it just takes a little bit more time for these players to continue to emerge, and it really depends on the offense and if they're involved in the game plan on a week-to-week basis. But Jake Briningstool is a fun tight end player, and in the next day or two, make sure you hit the subscribe button on this channel because I'll be dropping my first edition of my top 10 tight ends for the 2025 NFL draft. So, and he is in my top 5, and he is a riser. He is playing well week after week, and I think his production arrow is straight up. If he continues to play like he is, I could see maybe a late day 2 draft projection, but most likely an early day 3. But the guy's got some physicality, he's got some athleticism and some hands, some contested catch ability, and some yak ability as well. So keep your eye on Jake Briningstool as we continue to watch college football. So there you guys got it, man. This is going to be a weekly drop on this channel, so hit that subscribe button, hit that notification bell. I'm going to be doing one of these each and every week, and I'm dropping all sorts of 2025 NFL rookie content on here, helping all you Dynasty and fantasy players get an early look at the 2025 draft class. Thanks for watching.